to basically hook up like 13 appliances all at once. Okay, now we're gonna kick it off with your very first item. And I also love this because I think about all of the telemarketers who call my house, all of the political calls that are coming in. And then I think about my parents where scammers are calling them and I'm like, no, hang up. So what I have for you by Panasonic, which is the #1 top seller, the global leader in the phone technology system here, is a beautiful phone system. First, you're gonna choose, choose your color for the landlines. Look how beautiful, the silver tone, and then we also have the rose gold tone. So this rose gold is absolutely stunning, my favorite color, but both work. You're not only getting the landline, we're giving you not 1, not 2, but 3 wireless phones. So there's one for the guest bedroom, one for your main bedroom, one for the living room, or you could put one in the garage or the kitchen. But what you'll love about this entire phone system, I want you to hear me. You can hit a button and stop all those annoying phone calls, the telemarketers, where you just hate to, they keep going on and on and on. It's like, how did they get your number? So I love it for that, and it is wonderful because you can block like 1,000 calls. Let me bring in Lori Leland.
Hey, girl.
This is the upgraded system.
The latest.
I love this, the latest and the greatest.
The latest, greatest.
Because how annoying is it? It's like, how do they even get your number?
Oh my gosh, we are inundated at home, right? Drives you crazy. I mean, a lot of us do love to have that landline or that home phone because what happens if you don't have great service on your cell phone at your house? I have literally one spot in my living room and I have to sit there with my face against the glass in our living room area in order to have good cell signal. So it's super frustrating. I think a lot of us
You've got to have a
home phone.
You have to have a landline.
Absolutely, and you said it, Panasonic, #1 top global leader. They've been doing this for decades. This one has the most features that we've ever offered. Now, our previous set, we stopped counting at 125,000 sold.
Right.
You could block with that dedicated button about 250 numbers. This system, 1,000 names and numbers can be blocked. So think about this. We have all of these calls coming in. I don't know if you're aware of this, but it's an election season. Just kidding, of course you do. You've gotten tons and tons of junk calls, right?
Right.
It drives you crazy. So when someone calls into your house, you've got a lot of different options about what you can do. If it's a number you don't recognize, you just touch that dedicated red call blocking button that's on every single handset, and that person will be dropped, can't leave a message for you, and they can never call back ever again.
It's wonderful.
Maybe they happen to get you on the phone and they say something you don't like. Someone was fishing with my mom the other day, and she's a savvy lady.
That's who I worry about.
They had a few numbers of her social security, not the whole thing, but a few numbers, and they wanted to try to get the rest of it out of her, and they claimed to be a doctor that she had seen years ago. So they had gotten an old document or something, and they knew just enough about her that she was considering giving them information, and then she had a bad feeling in her stomach. She's like, you know what? I didn't think it was the right thing to do. It didn't feel right. Block that call. It hangs up on them, and they can never get through ever again. Or after the fact, maybe you got off the call with someone and you're thinking, you know what? That didn't feel right. I want to block it now. You can block before, during, or after that call with that dedicated button right there. So 1,000 names and numbers can be blocked. We love that. This also has another feature that is new to this system for the very first time, and that is auto robocall blocking. So whenever a robot or one of those robocalls tries to get through to you, there's a screening process, and you can turn this on or off. You can also add your loved ones to a safe list. So if you have friends, family, doctors calling you, you can put them on a safe list so they don't have to go through this screening process. But what happens is when someone goes to call you, I'm gonna use this cell phone right here to call these home phones, okay? So I'm just gonna tap call. They are completely and totally silent, okay? And the person calling you hears that there is something that they have to do.
Please press 1 to connect your call.
Oh, so I have to do something. I have to press the #1, and you can change it. You can make it 12, 15, 150, whatever you want it to be. So because I'm a live human being, I understand that there are instructions. I'm gonna tap 1, and now, it was silent, but now that call goes through because I am a live human being. And this has Talking Caller ID that is clearly announcing for me exactly who is calling. So this means that 100% of the the calls coming into your home, 100% of them are live human beings. So no more robots.
I love that.
They can't push a button. They don't
can't,
know.
no.
So again, everybody can be on your safe list, or when you turn that on, it can stop all of the robocalls forever. Brilliant, brilliant technology.
You guys, and it's a brilliant price because this is $109.99, and normally it's $130. So you're getting that beautiful landline, and look at how large and clear that is for those of us who, these are my real glasses today, and for those of us who have to wear readers. You're able to see everything on the dial. So get it for your parents, that aunt, uncle that you love. Get it for yourself. If you don't have a landline, and we're giving you 3 extra wireless phones, one for each room in your house or your apartment or your condo. It's free shipping on this, so it's guilt-free to try it. We put this item on 5 flex pay. It's only $22 to get home. I love the Talking Caller ID. I want to know who's calling, and talk about the noise reduction as well.
Yeah, so this is really great. If someone is talking to you from a location that has a lot of background noise, so a loved one is calling you from the airport, this is going to take that noise out so that all you're hearing is their voice. So it has tons and tons of great features. Battery backup in case the power goes out.
That's
you
cool.
can still stay connected with loved ones. Maybe it's an emergency situation. And here's the cool thing. So you got that main base station, right? We've shown that to you with nearly a 3.5-inch swivel screen on here to give you that perfect viewing angle. Really easy to see and totally backlit. So I love that you can actually see it, right? You also have that dedicated call blocking button on that main base. Oh, and by the way, this is a handset you're never gonna lose because it's attached, right? If you have a busy, bustling household like we have, we've got a 9, almost 10-year-old son, these handsets go missing pretty regularly. You don't worry about it because you have that corded system as well. And then you also have the 3 cordless handsets that you mentioned, Debbie D. So yes, the ability to block 1,000 names and numbers, the ability to stop any and all robocalls from ever coming through to you ever at all, the ability to see who's calling because it not only clearly announces with that Talking Caller ID, but you can also see right here on that big, bright, beautiful backlit screen that's nearly 2 inches who is calling at any moment, plus the backlit keys. And I love that everything is backlit and glowing. It simply means if it's movie night, if it's dark in your house, you need to place a phone call, you're gonna be able to see to dial. The other feature that this system has that we haven't seen on any other system before, you can set this up to use the power of your voice to answer it. So if you have a loved one in your life who might have dexterity issues, who's having a hard time reaching for the phone or answering the phone, when you say answer call as the phone is ringing, it'll put it on speaker.
I love that.
And you can just talk right into it. So you don't have to use your hands at all. You can be totally and completely hands-free with this system.
You guys, if you're looking for a landline, and everybody has to have usually a landline with their phone company. It's not just because you gotta be able to make sure your cable works and all that, and they tell you have to have a landline. Get this, because of the fact that you can always hear who is calling you. You know that if it's your sister, you're going to pick up. And because it will answer the phone for you, and then most importantly, it's gonna block all those robocalls. You don't have time for that. And then you can manually block up to 1,000 numbers. This is the updated version. And the version before this was still our top seller. We sold 125,000 of these. So pick this up. It is $22 for an entire phone system. Again, you're getting, the silver tone is the most popular. We're throwing in these 3 additional wireless. You can put this in the guest bedroom, put this one in your kiddos' room or grandkids when they come over, or put one in your own room, or put one in the garage or in the kitchen if somebody's always working in the garage. The fact that you have options, and then you're gonna have your main landline, and you can see everything really, you know, it's large numbers, large letters, so it's legible, so that you can read it so easily.
A really, really loud speakerphone too. If you like to talk on speakerphone, this speakerphone is really, really nice and loud, so you can always hear exactly your conversation. You've got that little button right there too that also glows. Here's your dedicated call blocking button. If you have phone numbers that you call regularly, you have speed dial buttons right here. On the individual cordless handsets, you have 9. Press and hold, and all you do is set this in advance, but then press and hold the numbers that you call most frequently, and then you never have to dial again. So that's a really cool feature as well. Again, nice loud speakerphones on these, so you you can hear, really, really easy for you to be able to use. And this even has a built-in digital answering machine. So I really like that. I'm the kind of person where my cell phone, it's always muted because very often we're on set, right? You're busy in your life and you don't always want a loud ring. So my phone's always muted. So guess what everybody does? They call my home phone.
Right.
Because they know they're gonna get through to me on my home phone. The other thing too is maybe you don't wanna give everybody your cell phone number and maybe you wanna give them your home phone. With this system and the built-in digital answering machine, when they leave a message on this system, you can set it to call you on your cell phone and play your message to you. So when you get a message on your home phone, it'll call you on your cell phone, your business line, any number that you set up, and play that message back to you. So it keeps you connected. For me, I have an out-of-state cell phone.
Right.
And that really messes people up. They want to hear my local St. Pete number. That's the number they want. So I give them my home phone number instead of my cell number, and this calls me whenever they call. Awesome.
You guys, it's free shipping on this. And let me give you additional monies off. If you don't have your HSN card, we've already made it a sale price and knocked $20 off, and you're getting 3 extra phones. But apply for your HSN card, 1-800-695-1418. We give you $10 toward this. Everybody has to have a landline. But to get the 3 additional, that sells it for me. Because you can put 1 in each room. And the fact that you can block 1,000 calls manually, but the fact that it's automatically going to block those robocalls, which are, really bothersome. You're trying to enjoy, you may be sitting, watching your favorite show, whether it's a talk show or your soap operas, and then you get this call out of nowhere and they're interrupting your day. And it's just so annoying.
It's such a hassle.
And one review said, when an annoying telemarketer calls, you push that block button and right there and then they're gone. That's
Hangs
one
up.
review.
Yep.
Show that. I love that.
Hangs right up on them. So again, as they're calling in, you don't recognize the number, you press that little block button right there, nice and big and red so you can see it. It hangs up on them immediately. They can't leave a message and they can't call back through to get to you ever again. If you're on the call with them and you don't like what they're saying or it sounds suspicious or maybe they're up to something or up to no good, maybe they're trying to get personal information out of you or they want to get your credit card number. They pull this on seniors all the time. You simply press that button right there, hangs up on them, and they can never get through to you ever again. Or after the fact, you can go back into your caller ID and block a number later too. So before, during, or after any call, let me show you the robocall. This even has a feature where you can listen into a room if you want to do a sound detector. I'll show you that in a moment. But real quick, screening process. You can turn this feature on or off, and it simply puts everyone that calls into your home through a quick little process where they have to do something. A robot is not going to be able to do that. So any automated caller is not going to be able to do this. So I am using this cell phone to call these home phones, okay? You can't hear anything. It's totally silent because the person cannot get through to me at all whatsoever. They get a message.
Please press 1.
Please press
to
1.
connect your call.
Oh, okay, well, I'm a live human being and I need to talk to Debbie right now and I'm obviously not on her safe list yet. So I'm gonna press the button 1 and then all of a sudden these start to ring so that phone call is able to go through. You have that talking caller ID, so maybe you're just stepping out of the shower, you can hear exactly who is calling you. It's gonna tell you their name, it's gonna tell you their number. If it's not blocked, I just blocked mine because that's my cell phone, right? But I love the fact that you can always hear from any room in the house who's calling you. And I love the fact too that you're never gonna miss a call with 4 handsets because like you said, disperse these throughout. One of the other things, and you touched on this, you're probably already paying for home phone service through your cable company, right? And all you need to do is plug in your home phones to be able to activate that service. So this one is going to be the main base station that you plug into that phone jack. And then the other 1, 2, 3 handsets, these little bases, they just plug into power. So this is just to keep them powered. They're already connected and synced up to your main base station, so it's totally secure. No one can listen into your phone calls. But the fact that you're probably already paying for this service and not even using it because you don't have home phones tells me that this is a feature you could start enjoying today.
Absolutely.
And maybe cut out some of the calls going to your cell phone all the time and driving you crazy all day there.
You're gonna love it, you guys. It's smart and easy to use. You get that base unit. It's a one-touch call block. You hit the button and it blocks them. You don't even have to answer the phone. Talking caller ID means you always know who is calling you. And you guys, we've sold over 228 and counting. We're very busy on the phones. The noise reduction, so that it basically blocks out noise so that everything is crystal clear to the other folks. And it's a battery backup. Don't miss out on this, because the silver tone is outselling the rose gold, and everybody's snatching this up. We're very busy on the phones. Use the QR code. I also love the rose gold. Remember, you're getting one you can put in the guest bedroom, one you can put into, you know, you say you have 2 kids, you can put one in each room. Or if you like to, you know, sit in the office, this is your office phone. And so, you know, this is, if you're not a high-tech person, I think you're gonna absolutely love this.
It is very low tech, and it is technology we can rely on even in a power outage. So we all know the cell towers get really, really jammed up when the power goes out. With this, pop in 2 AAA batteries right here at the back, and you saw me, I unplugged this from the wall power, and all of the features still work. So I still had my speakerphone working. It even glows a little bit more lighter, but I love the fact that you can still see everything, even when the power goes out of your home. So I think that's really important. If you want to listen in on a call or on a room, so maybe you have a grandchild that comes and stays with you and you just want to hear when they wake up in the morning.
I love it. Baby monitor.
You have a baby monitor built right in too. So this has a 100 name and number phone book. You're getting 13 hours of nonstop talk on a single charge of this handset, and it stands by for 12 days before you need to get it back on the base. You have your caller list here, set up your answering device. You've got an intercom. You want to tell your husband and the kids it's time for dinner, you can intercom to all the handsets. So you don't have to scream if your husband's gadgeting out in the garage or tinkering. You don't have to say, dinner time, and hope he hears you. You can just intercom to all of the handsets. So it's super convenient. And then baby monitor. So maybe you have workers coming into your house and you want to be able to hear when they're coming and going. You can simply turn this on, and this is going to sit in the base. So I'm going to put this one down on the base station right here. So if it's that child's room, as soon as this phone starts hearing sound, it's going to call the phone that you set it up to call. And then you can sit there and listen in as long as you want. But Debbie, you can also set this to call your cell phone, and you can listen into your home from wherever you happen to be all day long.
All day long.
All day. So it's like a home security system too.
You guys, this is your entire phone system. We don't always have this deal. Several hundred people are calling right now. Take advantage of it.
So
You're
cool.
getting not 1, not 2, but 3 extra phones along with the landline. And that way you can have one in the kitchen. You like to cook a lot, you can have one in the laundry room when you're doing laundry. You can have one in the guest bedroom. You know you're gonna have folks over for the holidays. It's a $22 to get home. I was gonna say a $22 bill, but there's only a $20 bill. But it's $22. Use your debit card, credit card, PayPal. But get home an entire phone system. You are blocking those robocalls automatically. That is the upgraded feature. And this has always been our #1 seller globally for wonderful phone technology. But you can block the robocalls, block those political calls.